Hello, hello, everyone. Let's see who all shows up here. This is only my second live, so I'm going to try this. See who all shows up to join me because I can't sleep. I'm in my art studio right now, so thinking about doing a little bit of painting while I sit here. Then I got to thinking, hey, let's just go live. Got my coffee. Is anybody got to join me here? Gonna play around with some banners and stuff to see what we can do here until somebody shows up with me. Okay. Anybody coming on with me? I know I'm not the only one that can't sleep. I don't see nobody gonna join me, I guess. Nobody else is awake? Okay, I've been on here for about 4.5 minutes now. I'm just gonna play around with this thing until I figure out what's going on here. See if anybody joins me. Maybe it's this late night stuff that nobody wants to join me in. Everybody's sleeping. Guess I'll give it a few more minutes. Hey, Connie and Justin, how are you doing? Sleepless night too? Yeah, I've been up pretty much all day and I just can't sleep tonight either. So I thought I'd paint a little bit, but then I thought, well, I'll just come on live. Only my second live, so didn't know if anybody was gonna join me or not. I've been on for about 7 minutes now. That's what I was doing for quite a long time, but I got tired of laying there, so I went and got me some coffee and was trying to figure out something else to do. I'll let him sleep. Trying to figure out the angle so I don't have that glare. So no matter which way I sit, I got that glare in my glasses. Guess I can just take them off, but then I can't read. Wonder if anybody else is awake. So how you been doing? You almost ready for Christmas? Yeah, it is. I even put it up, the little stand up to where it would be a little bit out of the glare, but didn't work. But I can't see unless I'm wearing them. So I got to put it up closer to keep the glare out. Got all your Christmas shopping all done? Oh, that seems to be the only thing I do is cook. But I ain't got no people to go and see for Christmas this year. My son invited me, but I don't know if I can go all the way up to Oklahoma City to go see him or not. It depends on this weather. Otherwise, I'll probably be sitting here by myself as well, eating a pizza. Where are you from? What part of Oregon? I used to live in Portland and in Damascus and Boring. Try to be able to read. I got bifocals, so I gotta look up to see what you're writing. Otherwise, everything is a blur from up here. I can see far away just fine, but the closer I get, I have to look through the bifocals and I can't see close up. Oh, you're from Salem. I've never lived in Eugene or Albany or Tangent. I've never even heard of that. I went for a couple months down by in the Oregon coast. I'm not even sure what the name of the town was. My mother moved out there one time with one of her husbands. I lived out there for a couple months with her, but we're mainly from Portland. Was raised up in Boring most of the time, and then when I got about 12, we moved in to Portland, and I was there for quite a while, off and on between California and Oregon. But every time we seem to move back to Oregon, we always go back to Portland. I went to Cleveland High School and Franklin High School. Yes, I do smoke. And I know it's bad for me, but I'm going to get comfortable here. Oh gosh, 70s, in the 70s, because the a lot of the 80s I was in between California. Once I turned about 12, we moved to Oceanside, California, and then my mom would move back and forth from Oceanside to Portland, Oregon, until I turned about 18, and then I stayed in California after that. I never went back to Oregon until I got pregnant with my daughter. Uh, when I was 24, I went back to Portland while I was pregnant, and that was in 91, was the last time I was in Portland. I lived in Milwaukee for a little bit. I forgot about that. My youngest daughter, what, she was a year and a half, and so that would have been about 97. I was in Milwaukee. And we used to have a big old farm in Boring, but that was in the early 70s to middle 70s. Seems so long ago. Today's my birthday, so I guess that's why I can't sleep. I remember, gosh, back in the 70s, all the roads were made out of tar. So when it got hot and boring, we'd sit out on the road and pop all the bubbles that the heat would bring all the bubbles of the road up. Thank you. We'd just sit there and pop all the bubbles that the road had in them, and we'd go home with tar all over our hands. My mama used to get so mad because we had black tar on our pants. She could never get that black tar off. Because by the time we got home, we'd out gone to the creek or out to the hay fields, and so that tar would dry on our clothes, and she'd never get it off. She'd end up having to throw the clothes away because that tar was not going nowhere after it dried. I guess we're the only two up this early in the morning. I didn't know if anybody was going to come on with me. I'm glad you did. I appreciate it. Thank you. Are you one of my subscribers? 'Cause- well, thank you. I appreciate that. What do you like to see, the cooking part or painting or just or canning? Which I've been doing a lot of canning for Christmas lately, so we're making candies and stuff for Thanksgiving. I'm going to be doing all those candies again for Christmas and making a Christmas basket out of all the canned goods that I've been canning up and all candies that I make. Gonna be making Christmas baskets out of them. Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad. Is there anything particular you want to see done? Because usually, if I don't know how to do something, I'll figure it out, and I'll do it 3 times, 4 times, and then I will make a video on how to do it. It gives me something to do instead of sitting around my house doing nothing all day long. Because I'm retired, I don't work anymore, so I got to figure something to do with my life. That's how reason why I started YouTube, because I had nothing to do. So I said, hey, I'll just start a YouTube channel and start learning everything I can learn to do on YouTube and just record it. And I've only been painting for about a year and a half, so I'm learning a lot on that. I just started canning this summer. I've never canned before until I had a garden. That's what I do. I watch a lot of videos just to see how they do it and gives me a good idea. Yeah, I got a lot of health issues too. If you don't mind, what's going on with you? I've had my first garden this year. The only thing I've ever grown was tomatoes. When I lived in New York for a while, I thought I'd get smart and grow some tomatoes with my sister. She bought 12 plants and I bought 12 plants and we put them in my yard. I had tomatoes growing out of my ears. And that's the only thing I grew until I had this little garden here this year. And I grew several different types of peppers. And I got on YouTube because I had a lot of peppers to figure out what to do with because I don't eat peppers. My son said he liked them, and then by the time I grew them all out, I said, no, I don't like peppers. So I had to figure out what to do with them. So I started canning them up and giving all my canning to everybody, making sauces out of them and powders, and it's been fun. I've had a blast learning. What kind of things do you garden? You grow in your garden? This year I grew, let's see, I had one Tabasco plant, one ghost pepper plant. I had one of each. I've had a green bell pepper. I had a orange baby orange bell pepper, and let's see, I had a serrano pepper plant. Oh, okay. I know what a couple of those are. I'll be praying for you. Hope to get better. See, in 2005, I lived in Arizona and I was diagnosed with valley fever. And my doctor at the time, I seen a doctor in California because I went to go visit my aunt when she was in the hospital and they wouldn't let me see her because I was sick. And I had to get checked out before I could go see her. And that's when they diagnosed me with valley fever. And they put me on some medicine and told me I had to be on that the rest of my life. So when I went back to Arizona where I was living, my doctor there took me off the medicine and said I didn't have to be on it. Within 2 months, the valley fever had spread and I had a major heart attack. And in 2005, they ended up taking my left lung out. Uh, they only was going to take a portion of my lung, and because of the valley fever, and then I worked on a bird farm and found out that I had bird flu on the other half of my lung, so they ended up taking the whole lung out, and that's where all my troubles began. By 2008, from all the medicine that I had to have for my lungs, caused me to have, and all the X-rays and CAT scans and stuff I had to have, caused me to have a rare form of leukemia that's caused by excess radiation. So I've had cancer now since 2008, plus the lung disease and heart disease from the valley fever and bird flu. So of course I'm retired, and since 2005 I haven't done much of anything. So the last few years I've been learning to do different things like paint and doing different canning stuff, cooking. I've been learning a lot the last, I'd say about 4 to 5 years. I started cooking about 5 years ago. different things, different uh, flavors and genres. That's been wild. I've been doing uh, Mexican. I've learned how to cook Chinese food. Had a blast learning how to cook all those kind of things. You had 65 tomato plants. Wow. Thank you. Appreciate that. I haven't tried to do the beans and the berries and grapes yet. I had two tomato plants. I did grow one, oh, what do you call that? Trying to think what the name of it is. Okra plant that wouldn't quit growing. That thing grew to at least, I'd say, 10 feet tall. And no matter what I did of cutting it off, it'd grow another sprouts, and it kept growing and growing. I finally cut it down probably about 2 weeks ago because I got tired of the okra. So I couldn't figure out anything to do with them. What is lupus? I only tried to grow what I thought my family would eat and found out that they don't eat it. So that's why I started canning. Oh, yeah, I had a little herb garden. Those stackable planters. I put some basil and oregano and cilantro and stuff in those, and a couple strawberry plants. And the strawberry plants didn't do too good, but the basil and the uh, rosemary, things like that, that all grew really well. But then my pepper plants just took off. They were so much pepper that that's why I had to learn how to can them because I had so many pepper plants uh, coming up. I just picked the last of the ghost peppers probably about a week and a half ago. So I've got about 10 ghost peppers laying in there on my counter. I'm going to dehydrate tomorrow. I love strawberry plants. I tried to grow them one other time with one of those hanging strawberry plants. And every day that I went out to check on it, I had no strawberries on it. I couldn't figure out why I didn't have strawberries on it. Finally, my kids told me that they were picking it every morning that they would get up to go to school. They would take all the strawberries before I would get out the door. I never grew another strawberry plant because I didn't think it did any good until they told me probably about months later that they ate all the strawberries off of it as they left for school. So I thought about doing some different berries this year, but I live in town, so I don't have a very big yard. So I'm trying to figure out how big of a garden I can make without getting in trouble by my landlord. Just what I had this year was probably about I'd say 5 foot by 8 foot. And I had several plants in that, and I want to double it this coming year. So I got to see if my landlord will allow me to double it because I want to do some berries. The little community that I live in, though, if you don't keep your yard the same as everybody else, then you get in trouble. And where my daughter just lives right around the corner, and she can't even have a plant in the ground. All her plants have to be in pots. Hey, hi, Hat Creek, how you doing? Can't sleep either, huh? I'm hoping to find something that I can buy. I want to get it probably about at least 2 acres because I want to have a little homestead, have a couple goats and stuff. But I haven't been able to find anything like that. I want to get like a little travel trailer. As long as the land has water on it and sewer system on it, I'll be fine. Because I want a little travel trailer put on there, and I have all my animals in my garden around that. Oh, I understand that, Hat Creek. I was the same way when my kids were young. That's when I got all my stuff done too. I think that's why I'm a night owl now. I stay up all night and sleep during the day. So, got your coffee going, Hat Creek? $8,000 square foot lot. That's not bad. Someday I plan on when I can find it. I want just want that piece of land. Want the trees around me and maybe a little creek, and just stick my travel trailer out there. And I got to find a travel trailer too. So I told my kids before I die, that's my dream, my goal is to get that little piece of land and the trailer and go tiny. Oh yeah, you're 2 hours behind us. It's only what? It's almost 3 o'clock to to us right now. What time is it to you, Hat Creek? Do you want me to call you Hat Creek, or do you have a name that you rather be called? Thank you, Connie. Do you have any animals on your land? Well, hi, Don. Do either one of you guys have animals on your land? Thank you, Don. The only animal I have is a dog. Sky, come here. Sky, come here. I'll show you my dog. You have ducks and chickens and coon dogs. Come here, come here, come here. This is my Sky. There he is. Say hi. Look at that. So just a Chihuahua. This guy's a big old fur ball. I've had him since oh, two, 2012. Thank you. He leaves hair everywhere, but I still love him because he sheds a lot. But he's probably about 13, 14 years old now because he was a couple years old when I got him. And he's not doing too well. He's got a few lumps on him of cancer. So trying to have him live out his best life until he passes on me. Yeah, Sky was a service dog. I had to retire him about a year ago. He hasn't been feeling very well since he started getting the cancerous lumps on him. So I retired him. I've been looking to get something else, maybe a German Shepherd or something, but I want a lap dog too. Something that can just jump up in my lap and I cuddle. Now, I don't know about cats. I used to have cats a long time ago. I don't like the litter boxes. They can go outside, that's good. He's almost 13 now. As he started slowing down, like Sky, he doesn't do much anymore. He just kind of lays there. So, gotta adjust this a little bit. There we go. I moved it to show you Sky and it kind of messed up. Yeah, that's what Sky does. He just lays there. My daughter came in the house and he just looked at her, didn't bark, didn't do nothing. She says, "Wow, what a guard dog you got." The only time he's ever uh, seemed like a guard dog is probably around 2014. Somebody tried to break in my house about 4 o'clock in the morning, and he ran him out the door, chased him down the road for about 2 blocks. Didn't try to bite him. He just chased him down the road. That's why Sky was for a long time. He thought he had to lay up right on me all the time. Now he just goes and lays in the corner. He has his own chair in the living room. And I tell you, you can't sit in that chair because if you do, he'll come up to you and let you know that's his chair. He makes you move. Yeah, he is a very good dog. Where'd Hat Creek go? There you are. Outside cats. I had this one cat one time that he made a little hole in the screen of my daughter's window, and he would stay outside all day long. And then about bedtime, she would go to bed, and she always kept her window cracked. So when he was ready to come in, he would put his little paw through that little hole in the screen and hit her face and wake her up to tell her to let him in the door. It was so cute. She used to hate it. coon hounds. Those things are loud dogs. I used to have a coon one time, and all he did was lay there and cried all the time. Oh, I love that. Squirrel dogs. I've never been squirrel hunting, but that would be fun. Neighbor's cat thinks he belongs at your house. That's my neighbor's dog. I walk out my door and he's on my porch. She has a great big old German Shepherd and he's always on my porch. Do you eat the coon? Do you guys ever when they hunt the coon, do they ever bring them home to eat? I don't know if I could try to eat a coon. I eat rabbit and I bake snake. I absolutely love frog legs, and gator tails. I love gator tail. My kids love when I cook frog legs. They hit that oil and they start jumping around. They would start screaming. Oh, the dogs don't kill them when they hunt them. And I thought that's what they did when they hunt them. They killed them and brought them back to their owners. I've never understood coon hunting unless you ate it, so I didn't know how that worked. I hope everything's okay, Connie. You have a good night. Hope to see you next time I go live. I'm going to try to do this live at least once a week. This is only my second time, so I'm going to try to do it again next week. Try to make it a little earlier, though, probably about 11. And have a good night, though, Connie. Oh, okay. I don't know how this thing works too well yet. I'm still learning. So it looks like it's just me and you, Don. So what all kinds of things do you like to see? Uh, okay, Connie, you too. Okay, Don, what kind of things do you like to see? Do you like the paintings that I do, or do you like the cooking aspect of my videos? I'm trying to. I'm new at this, so I'm trying to figure out which one to do, or do to keep doing both of them, or what. So, because I want to keep my subscribers, I don't want them all to go away. I'm trying to grow this YouTube family. So I like to know what they like to see me do. I was just asking you what kind of things do you like to what kind of videos did you like me doing? Did you like the cooking aspect, the canning aspect, or the painting? I'm trying to keep my subscribers and I want to get their input on what they like most about my channel. Because 1 minute my subscribers are I've got almost 100. The next minute I've got 50. Then I get right back up to 100 and I go back down to 50. So I'm trying to figure out what everybody likes to see so I can do more of that. Okay. Is there anything particular you'd like to see me cook or can that I haven't done yet? Since I've been retired, I've learned how to do a lot of different cooking and in different uh, aspects of anywhere from Mexican to Chinese to Italian. I've been learning a lot on cooking, and then I got a Ninja Foodie, and I've been learning a lot on cooking different foods in that. Like tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a uh, beans and ham video on how to do beans in the Ninja Foodie. I was going to do that today, but never ended up cooking anything today. So it looks like I'll probably keep doing both because Connie, she liked the painting aspect and you like the cooking and canning. So I'll keep doing both. I just did this girl, if I can figure out how to do that. I just did this girl uh, probably about 4 days ago. Um, I'm going to give that to my daughter for Christmas. And I did the dog, the wolf, uh, a couple days later. And I'm doing that for give that to my son for Christmas. 10 kids? Wow. What age group? Are they still all little? Thank you. I've got 4 children, all grown. My youngest just turned 20 last month, and I'm working on grandchildren now. I've got 8 grandchildren and one due December 30th. So my ninth grandbaby will be hopefully be born on New Year's night, but all the way to 4 years old. Wow. 21, 16, 14. Wow. Mine is 38, 20, 29. Wait, she was born 91, so she's 28. So 37, 28, 24, and 20. I got a set of 4-year-old triplets, grandbabies. But my grandkids, I've got a 17-year-old, a 16-year-old, two 6-year-olds from two different daughters. They're 29 days apart. And then my middle daughter has hi Morgan, how you doing? Yeah. My second daughter, she has uh one of the 6-year-olds and the 4-year-old twin or triplets. And then my other daughter has the other 6-year-old that's 29 days younger than the first one, and a 3-year-old that just turned 3 on the 7th of this month. I did too. I always wanted twins, but it was better that my daughter had them, not me. It was hard enough having single ones 4 years apart. Doing good, Morgan. So where are you guys from? I live in Oklahoma. What about you guys? Sorry, I keep getting so close to the screen. I'm trying to read at the same time. So I did have my other phone down here, but then I wasn't looking at the screen. Okay. I live on the right off the Arkansas border by Siloam Springs. I'm an hour and 15 minutes from the meetup. You were at the meetup, weren't you? I remember your name. You're in Texas, Morgan? I got a couple brothers in Texas, one in San Antonio, one in McKinney, and one in Plano, Texas. Okay, I know where Mountain Home is. I live 30 minutes from Siloam Springs. I'm probably about Jason. Jason lives in Kansas, Oklahoma, which is about 30 minutes away from me also. Because when I go from my house to go towards Siloam Springs, Siloam is to the right and Jason is to the left, both in the same distance. I had an aunt that used to live, an aunt and uncle that used to live in Mountain Home. So what you doing up so late, Morgan? I never got to go to Mountain Home. I went to college in Neosho, Missouri. I did college in Nashville, Tennessee, and then I took some college courses when I moved to Missouri too. I was a police officer in Franklin, Kentucky for a while. I did. Me too. Me too. I sleep maybe about 15 minutes to maybe an hour, and then I'm up for a couple hours, go back to sleep, and do it all over again all night long. I know how that is. So, matter of fact, next week I have to go in for a shot in my back because I broke my back uh, twice this last year, so I have a lot of pain in my back. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one that's up all night long. Yep, that's. I don't have the fibromyalgia. I can't even say that word, and lupus, but it's about the same with other things that like what I have. You can't sleep very long because you lay in one spot too long. You get to hurting so bad and it wakes you up. Are you talking to Hat Creek, Morgan, or are you talking to me? Oh, I do too, Dawn. By the time 9, 10 o'clock comes, I can't keep my eyes open any longer. So I'll sleep till about 11, 12. Then I'm up for a couple hours and I'll sleep from about 2 to 5. Then I'm up for the rest of the night. I don't even type on my phone. I talk to it and then I forget to look at what it says and I press send. And half the time it doesn't even say what I wanted it to say. Those microphones on these phones sometimes are a little tricky. Type 2 diabetic. So that's what the phone does to me. It can get a little embarrassing too when you press that send button and you go back and read what you sent. And you're like, oh my geez, I didn't mean to say that. Oh, just got out of the bath, so my hair's still drying a little bit. Me too, but I can't spell very well, so I tried to let the phone do all the spelling for me. I can cook, I can't spell, but it never says what I want it to say. You don't understand Southern, and I don't understand y'all. My phone, I'll type, I'll say something, but with my Southern accent, it thinks I say something else, and And I'm not even from Oklahoma, so I don't even know why I have a Southern accent. My mama was born and raised in Arkansas, so I've always had an Arkansas accent. People used to ask me when I lived in Oregon where I was from, and I said California. Like, you got a Southern accent. I said, yeah, because my mama's from Arkansas. When you're raised country, you talk country. Yep, sooner. What part of Missouri? I lived in Stella and Anderson for a while, and Neosho. No, I didn't live in Neosho. I lived in gosh, I can't even remember the name of the little town I lived. It was right outside of Anderson, Missouri. Mountain Grove. Yeah, that's how we ended up in New York. I was I married my sister married one guy from New York. So when he got out of the military, they went to New York. So I've been from Oregon, California, New York. Well, I'm not into a lot of sports either, but ones that I do watch a little bit of football, and that's Cowboys. Oh, does she? My second daughter, she lives in Pennsylvania. Then I got one here where I live. I kind of moved out here where she is, so I could be around her and her kids. And then my son lives in Oklahoma City now. He just moved there about 2 months ago. And then my oldest daughter, I don't know where she lives. She was kidnapped when she was 18 months old. But I know in my heart she's still alive. So that was a little over 35 years ago. I haven't seen her. She was taken in 1985. Sorry, I get a little emotional on that one. That's why I became a police officer, is because I couldn't get nobody to help find her when she was taken. So I ended up becoming a police officer. And I worked as an officer for a couple of years, and then I became a private investigator for the next 25 years. So thank you, Morgan and Don. Thank you. Gets a little emotional when you talk about it, even though it's been so many years. It still gets to me a little bit. Gotta take a deep breath so I can talk because throat feels like it closes up when I talk about it. So let's change the subject. Now I asked Hat Creek, Morgan, what kind of videos do you like to see um, on my page? Do you like the cooking or the painting aspect or canning? No, I understand that too. After I had my first daughter, I couldn't have any more kids from what I was told. And I went almost 9 years um, fighting with infertility and was told I'd never have kids anymore. So I joined the army and ended up pregnant with my second daughter. I had 7 miscarriages in between my first and my second. And then I had 2 more miscarriages after my second daughter. So I've had 9 miscarriages altogether. You haven't seen any of my videos, Morgan? Are you one of my subscribers or are you just coming on? I'm trying to read too, so I'm sorry to hear that, Don. My aunt had a twin that twins, a boy and a girl, and the girl didn't make it. Back then, they didn't have the ultrasounds and stuff like they do now. So the doctor that delivered her twins didn't know she was having twins. So, so when he delivered the first baby, he kind of walked off and then realized that she was having a second one, and the second one had was cord was wrapped around her throat, so it did not survive because it had the cord wrapped around too long and too tight. And thank you, Morgan. I was only asking mainly Morgan because I'm I'm new to the YouTube and trying to figure out which videos people like to see more of because I'm wanting to be able to keep my subscribers. I don't want them to get bored on what I'm posting. I want to post things that everybody wants to see. And so far, with I've had 3 of you on here. So one likes the painting, and the other one likes the cooking and canning. So looks like I'm still going to do both. And when summer comes up, I'll be doing some gardening. And And if I ever get a piece of land, then I'll be doing some animals. Oh, wow. Sorry about that, Don. With my miscarriages, I always would lose them within 2 months. I found out that my fallopian tubes were tilted, and that's why I kept losing them. When they would get a certain size, they would just abort themselves. So I ended up being on bed rest for the next two, three children that I had. I was on complete bed rest. Oh, broken shoulder. That wouldn't feel good. I'm sorry about that. Hope you get to feeling better soon. Yeah, that's how I feel too, Don. Yep. He gave me what he wanted me to have. So I got a 28-year-old in Pennsylvania and a 24-year-old here in Oklahoma and one in Oklahoma City, a 20-year-old in Oklahoma City. So, but they gave me lots of grandbabies that I absolutely love. Yeah, believe me, I know. Bed rest. I had to be on complete bed rest with all three of the ones that did survive. So they didn't even want me to get up to go to the bathroom. But that was the one thing I did refuse when I couldn't go in a bedpan. I had to go use the bathroom. That's what mine was too. I couldn't remember if it was pelvis or the tubes, but they would just slide right out when they got a certain weight. So I had to stay on bed rest to keep it this way instead of this way. At first, we thought it was my husband that couldn't produce, but it was me. Once we figured out what the problem was, now I've got three more. My first one was no problem. She was all natural, no problem with her. I think it was Connie that she has 10. Think think it was Connie that had 10 kids. I'll go back and look at the comments, ranging from 17 to 4. Oh, no, that was you, Don, that has 10. Oh, wow. Got you guys mixed up. Sorry. 21 to 4. Yeah. I know there's only three of us on, and I still can't remember what 20 minutes ago. So I remember one of you did. Well, I've been on here now an hour and 16 minutes. I wonder how long that we're allowed to be on. I don't know. Do either one of you guys do live chats? Yeah, TV, you know what causes it. So takes me a minute to read. I'm sorry. I gotta. That's true, Dawn. That's true. I do it all on my cell phone, Morgan. I downloaded this StreamYard. Well, you don't really have to even download it. You just start an account because you can't with YouTube. You have to have a certain amount of subscribers and a certain amount of hours before you can use their live chat streaming. So for the channels uh, that don't have all the members, subscribers, and that they don't have the 4,000 hours, you look up StreamYard and you just start an account with them, and you can do the live chats, and it will go through YouTube. They will channel it through YouTube on your channel. Yeah, I've only got 92 subscribers and only I think only 4,000 minutes instead of hours. So I can't live chat with YouTube yet. Yeah, I don't want all the subscribers and the hours for monetizing. I want them to where I can do the live chats. And this is only my second time doing a live chat. So still learning. Yes, Morgan, just go to StreamYard and sign up. It's real easy. I just got my cell phone sitting on a tripod and I'm talking to you guys through my cell phone. So I can just pick you up and take you anywhere I want. See, gonna put you back down though. You're a little heady. Get it settled back down here. I hope you try it, Morgan. It's I'm having fun. I know I gotta learn to do it at more of a decent hour, but I kind of like doing it at night like this and not having hundreds of people trying to go through the comments. I can only read so fast. So I like having just two or three of us on. I can read everybody's comment and not get lost. Yes, it is easier than typing. The first time I went on, I thought I would have to have my other phone because I got two phones. One that don't is not on any type of carrier, and that's the one I record on and do all my videos is the one that don't have any carrier, and then the one that I have carrier on, I was on the live chat with it and reading the comments on that one, and it was confusing me. I was having to look up and down all the time, so I got to where I just put that phone down and read the comments on the side. Yep, that's what I like, slowness of it. Yeah, Don, if you get some free time, hey, just text me, let me know. Hey, you're gonna have a live chat, and I'll come on. I wanted to have a live chat the other day when my grandkids were here, but my daughter wouldn't let me. She don't want them on video, so I had to wait till they went home. And I had them all night yesterday and all day today, so I had to wait till tonight. But my oldest grandson that's here wanted to do the live chat with me, and his mama said no. But it has been almost an hour and a half, and I am going to have to get off soon. I don't want to because I'm still not sleepy though. Thinking about going in there and probably canning up some, I don't know, thinking about making some beans and fried potatoes for tomorrow. Doing a video on that. Nice meeting you too, Morgan. Hope to see you again soon when next time. Hopefully you can try to do it live too, see how you like it. I think I'm gonna try to start doing this every Sunday night, probably about 11 o'clock. Then maybe probably other people are just not so many. So I will set a live stream uh, with this StreamYard. You can set a schedule, and so I'll set a schedule for every Sunday at 11 p.m. Central Time. Are you? Is all your kids up and stuff at that time, Dawn? Around 11? Or are they already in bed? It's kind of fun, Morgan. It is. Oh yeah, I know how that is. My older kids all stayed up all night, but they were all in their room, so that never bothered me. But now that my youngest one has moved out, I took his bedroom and made it my art room, and that's where I'm doing this at now. Is in his old bedroom. I set up a table to where I can paint on, and so I got the camera on a tripod on the table in my art room. So I hope to see you guys again soon. I will be back on next Sunday on a live at 11 o'clock. Hopefully I can see you guys then. So I'll schedule a time for that. But I do have to go now. It was very nice chatting with you guys. I hope you have a good night, Dawn. Good night, Morgan. Bye for now.